You know I've been around and doing it, but now it's my time to shine and start proving it. I'm losing it, I'm moving it. The city is where I'm made, Bostonian flow, I kick it back there. Yeah, I got game, got in a fan way. We the city of the champs, every sport we play. Spit wetter than the harbor, yeah, I'm flowing like the Charles. I be speeding on this beat, call it Turnpike Miles. Yeah, it's Boo signing on.
Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Once a Week. I'm Billy Giannouloudis. If you haven't seen some of the guests we've had on the show, that I want to introduce you to Andrea Urciuoli. She's had some great messages with us about helping us with rewiring the mind and diving into mindfulness. And today, we've got something special for you guys because Andrea's new book is finally out. It's on Amazon, it's on the Kindle. And guys, it's a mini book. You can finish it, you can read it, and it's going to help you with that. This book, Getting Mindful Through Trauma. She wrote it to help people through trauma, obviously, from what she's learned through mindfulness, through her studies, through her Reiki aspect, through just helping people heal. And I can't wait to get it to you. Andrea, thank you for being on the show.
Thanks, Billy.
Yeah.
Very nice intro.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll talk a little bit about the book and
dive
what's
into
happening.
it with
So the reason why I decided to write this mini book is because I went through a rough spot a couple of years ago, and I wanted to figure out a holistic way to feel better without using medication.
Yeah.
I wanted to get rid of that tightness in my chest, the tension in my neck, which we all can experience if there is a death in the family, if there's an illness, betrayal, like a breakup or whatever it is. Your body goes into that fight or flight, and most people, to get better, they will go see a doctor and get on some sort of medication.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe because I just have a sensitive makeup, I would say.
Yeah.
I'm just not into that type of chemical in my body.
I agree. And you know, that's so true too, because I'm not on the medication aspect as well. Like, if you need to go on it,
I'm not knocking it at all. Yeah.
I believe in an aspect that we have the ability, I've seen the other videos, through our mind and our heart, our spirit, to heal ourselves. And when we actually tap into that and believe in that, you start to heal.
Yes.
So a medication aspect, if you need it, I think you gotta get it for certain aspects.
Yes.
But if you take the time to dive into what you teach in this book,
right,
and in tremendously other information that's out there, it heals you, right?
Right. So, exactly. So what I will say is this isn't an easy fix, and it doesn't take a week. I was dedicated to this work 7 days a week, all the time. It's not time consuming. I'll just go through some quick bullet points of what I did. It's something that you can do early in the morning, or it's for me it was great at bedtime, or whenever I had that trigger of, oh, here it goes, this is tight, I feel tight, I need to relax because I have to face something big today, or I have to have completion to this day, and I don't want to feel this way, or I don't want to present myself this way. So the main bullet points are obviously sleep. And I shouldn't say obviously, because people think, oh, you know, 2 to 3 hours of sleep is okay, I'm going through a rough time. 7 to 8 hours of sleep is what we need. Sleep, hydration, proper diet, all of that sounds cliche. It absolutely makes a difference when you're going through trauma. If you're eating, you know, cheeseburgers and drinking, you know, 6-pack of beer and a ton of sugar, and you're going through something tough, your body and mind will shut down.
Oh, I agree with that.
For sure.
Especially the nutritional value. Like, I love to help people in the nutritional aspect. The sugars that we put in our body through soda, through, you know, the fats that just come in the foods, the fast food aspect. The you're trying to talk about chemicals. The chemicals that come out of those sugars and everything they just put into this affects your brain in such a way. And I feel like it creates an adverse effect on our health, our healing, and how our brain operates.
Right.
Which, in turn, if you're going through a trauma and you dive into all these foods, it's going to have that adverse effect.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, through my stuff, people react differently.
Yeah.
I lost my appetite tremendously, and I'm such a foodie. I really, my appetite decreased. And then if I went for something, it would be like a bagel or something that didn't really have a lot of nutritional value, something white.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I
Without
getcha.
color. And that lasted for a very short period of time because I'm like, I just don't feel right.
Okay.
So when I started to hone in on color and green and red, I'm talking, you know, peppers and oranges and everything with color, I did feel better.
Yeah.
I did start to change, and I was conscious of my water intake, my caffeine intake, my alcohol intake. I did not go on a strict fast or anything.
Yeah.
I usually have a cup of coffee a day to start my day, but then I go to lemon water. It's in my book. I do have a glass of wine now and then, and I do have a burger now and then, but it's all in moderation. But the brunt of my day was focused on the good stuff.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that comes from the ground.
Exactly.
And do I have a piece of chocolate and ice cream? Yeah, I'll eat anything.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's all like on a very low level. So so that was great because that was a strengthener.
Exactly.
And the sleep, I wasn't sleeping, and then I started to sleep because I was doing Reiki.
Yeah.
And Reiki is energy healing. I am certified in Reiki.
Okay.
You don't have to be.
Yeah.
Reiki is it is a technique that you can use with your hands to unblock your energy centers that have been blocked through this trauma.
Okay.
Whether it was family support, lack of love, lack of feeling secure, whatever's happening, there are ways to unblock those energy centers.
Yeah.
So you will feel more aligned and balanced. So you walk through life more confident.
Gotcha.
And it does work.
Yeah.
It absolutely works. And it's in the book, and there's step-by-step how to do it with your hands. And actually, it's almost like if you were going to take a nap. If you're going to lay in the bed and you're just like, I need to be by myself, why not just place your hands on one of those chakras? I call them chakras, but you can call them energy centers.
Okay.
Of like wherever it hurts. Like if your chest is tight, if you place your hands for 10 minutes, you'll probably start to doze off. And right there, you're getting into that meditative state.
Gotcha.
Meditation.
Meditation's
That's the next bullet point. I would highly recommend, and I think you and I have spoken about this before on one of our previous segments of meditation is huge, and there's still a large amount of people out there that are rolling their eyes right now saying that meditation's weird and it's daunting and my brain is racy and what's the word? It's like monkey brain, like you can't shut it down. Well, we all have that.
Yeah.
And nobody's saying to close your eyes and not think of anything. That's impossible because your brain is meant to think. But if you can figure out a way to calm your body through these techniques, close your eyes, get into 5 to 10 minutes of a meditative state, you can reduce your anxiety 50% yourself without medication. And it absolutely does work.
What I've come to learn on that topic, maybe to just ease some people's nerves or ideas towards that, I've come to learn this over the past couple of weeks. Like meditation, to me, I was one of these people where it's just like, is that something for it? I don't know. I don't know if I should touch into that. So my outlet was always prayer. Because prayer, it's like you're sitting, you're praying, you're calming your mind, you're calming your spirit. Now, what I've come to learn over the past couple of weeks is that meditation and prayer are different, like very different. And a lot of people kind of look at them as the same. I find after reading and learning all this stuff, prayer is you and you're healing your spirit's coming alive, it's your light shining in that aspect when you're talking with God or your higher power, whatever it is. Meditation, to me, has become how you calm your mind.
Yes.
Meditation is more connected to the mind than it is the spirit. I think the spirit's there.
Yes.
But I think it's like, so when you have anxiety and you don't want to sit and meditate, or whatever your form of meditation is. Like there's so many, you don't have to sit there like they show in like TV and everything.
I do that.
But like, that's literally how you calm your mind. But I think it's tough for us where our anxiety kicks in because, what do you mean I have to calm my mind? If I can't sit still because I have to make sure my mind is running so much because of whatever the heck it's focused on. I can't put that on hold.
That's your fight or flight, though.
Exactly. So trying to
control.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Trying to find that inner peace in your mind is not the easiest thing.
No, it's not.
But you got to take that step to start it. Just like I like with prayer, it's like with me when I take a step, it's like, all right, what do I pray? And then you just let it go, just like you would meditation, where it's like you have to take a step into it to learn actually what this is and how to. Like,
So I would say that Reiki,
Uh-huh.
and I don't want people to get the wrong idea because I'm such a huge believer in Reiki. Reiki is sort of prayer,
Okay.
but it's not, oh God, please let me have this job. It's more intention.
Okay.
So if I was to Reiki you and you were my client and you
Uh-huh.
had said, well, I'm going through this stuff,
Yeah.
in my mind, I have the intention of healing that aspect
Okay.
through this technique.
Gotcha.
Like if you had gone through a really tough breakup, I know
Uh-huh.
in my mind that I have to place my hands on your heart chakra and
Gotcha.
your lower back.
Yeah.
Lower back is considered improving relationships because the weight of the world is on our lower back.
Wow.
Because that's the base of your spine.
Okay.
It's all kind of enmeshed, but if I Reiki a different part of your body, the energy goes everywhere and the healing just starts to begin.
Okay.
So Reiki is sort of, I don't want to use the word prayer, but it kind of is. It's with intention, you can heal yourself.
Okay.
So if you focus on that situation,
Yeah.
it does release and it takes time,
Yeah.
but you have to believe in it
Okay.
and understand it
Yeah.
and use positive intention.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then another bullet point I wanted to go
Yeah.
in, and this is the toughest part of the book, and a lot of my clients are like, great book, not sure if I can do this point, and that's
Okay.
what we always talk about is
Yeah.
the journaling.
Yeah.
I do have a friend suffering from PTSD through a really tough experience, and
Okay.
she went to a support group, some sort of therapy for this level of trauma, and they made her journal. And I was so excited to hear that because I have a stack of
Yeah.
journals that I have been writing in for the past 18 months, and it's amazing what it does. You have to go inward. You
Yeah.
have to go in and check in, get rid of all the external, and
Yeah.
it says that in my book as well.
Mhm.
And it's tough.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's
Yeah.
the toughest work because you're really going deep and you're checking in, excuse me, with your inner self. So she did that work, and I had been wanting her to do this work, but she went with professionals who have
Yeah.
their PhDs, and she came to me crying, and she's like, I can't do this anymore. And I said, why?
Yeah.
And she said, it's that painful. And I said, you're right.
Yeah.
To get to that higher place, you
Yeah.
have to get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So she got really uncomfortable, and I pleaded with her. I said, this is going to get you to such an
Yeah.
unbelievable place because you have gone to that you think is an unsafe zone because you're so vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's not. That's when the healing begins.
Exactly.
So
I agree with that. And journaling, everyone looks at that as just like a waste of time and
Yeah.
tough. But when you can actually sit there by yourself and write down what you went through, to say it heals yourself is like, it defines it, but it's an understatement because so much healing comes from that in such an incredible way where you can actually take a step back, understand what you went through, and like, all right, how do I move forward?
Yeah.
But so many people fight you on the fact because they don't want to go internal. We live in an external world. Everyone has to live externally. They have to have the biggest show. They have to show off the car. They have to show off the jewels. They have to show off everything. They have to show off the paycheck.
yeah,
And then later on in life, they find out they're not happy.
no, they're not.
Because the externals in this world, yes, they are really incredible and so cool to look at. I hope everyone has the house they want, the car they want, the family, they have everything to shine bright. But if you're not diving internally in some aspect, even on your own time with a journal, later on in life, you're not even going to be happy with the externals that you've got.
They're Band-Aids.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And to take off that band-aid, you have to go internally.
Yeah.
But if you don't, in the moment, they kind of snowball.
Yeah.
Until they actually can't, you can't peek your head around anymore because it takes up so much space.
Yeah.
It's like, I actually have to dive into this.
So I think I call it in the book the foundation.
Okay.
So if your foundation or your inner, there's all these different terms you could use. I guess your foundation, if it's not secure or aligned, think of a child's top spinning. If inside the foundation is not right, it'll break.
Gotcha.
It'll absolutely break. So you can look good with those external things. I'm making great money. I have an awesome job. I have the house I want, the car. I have all these things. But if your foundation isn't safe, or if it's broken, those things are just Band-Aids, and you'll go back to saying it's just stuff, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, because the girl or guy making $20,000 a year can be just as happy as the guy making or girl making $1 million a year. It's are you happy with yourself, and do you feel safe in this world?
Exactly.
And are you able to stand on your own 2 feet and say, this is me.
Yeah.
This is who I am.
Exactly.
Without, hiding.
Yeah.
So the book does talk about going in, and it absolutely is uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
But it's almost like getting that new job. It's like you want it so bad, but you gotta do the work.
Yeah.
When you have to train.
Yeah.
You can't just go in and be great and be the top salesperson. I mean, you have to start at that level, and you have to understand the material and work your way up. And that's kind of the book.
Exactly.
Understand it page by page.
Yeah.
It's a path. And it's a journey if you choose to take it. I know it works for sure. Mm-hmm. And I've heard and seen quite a few people.
Yeah.
So
you've had success from the book, and the fact you took the time to write it and just to help people, 'cause that's where it came from. But the success you've seen out of people that have taken the time to do this and read the 6 pages, because it's a mini book. the people that have taken the time to do this, and they're willing to take a step inside of themselves, and you're like, you know what? I can't do this. I can't do this. I have to do something. And they find your book. They come to you and tell you that they've done it. Your clients that come to you and they are on board with what you have to say. They receive healing. They receive success. Their life doesn't have to stop at a dead end anymore because of the trauma they experience. When they can get mindful through trauma, they're able to go inward and come out like so much better, but their life starts moving again.
Yeah.
And it's so true.
That's
like,
the truth.
Yeah.
It starts to go in the right direction.
Exactly.
And you're not even conscious. It just is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Conscious of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a great point. Things just start to happen. Yeah. Because you're also in and this sounds cliche too, like you're in a positive mindset.
Yeah.
You're not about blaming and blaming others and yourself.
Yeah.
Like, this happened, go to the next place. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
Like, stop the self-sabotage.
Exactly.
There are affirmations in the book as well that you could use when you start to go to that place of, I don't think I can do this, I don't think I can handle it, this isn't for me, this is too hard, all those things that, we start to demote ourselves. We're all guilty of that.
Yeah.
At some point.
I think that's a great point to focus on too, because you mentioned in your book self-sabotaging. Now, if we go internally, we're taking a whole lot of power, of our personal power, to go internally to heal ourselves, to move forward in the gifts we have, the skills we have, the life that we've been given. Self-sabotage is something every single person in this world goes through, and you got to be strong enough to step through that, because I believe, and I've seen it in my own life, I've seen it, I believe you've seen it in your life too, when you take a step for something to better yourself, everyone or everything in the world is going to tell you that you can't, or you shouldn't, or you're not going to grow, and it's not going to work. And if you let that get to you, it's externally people are trying to sabotage you, but if you take that internally and listen to what those voices are telling you in the world, one, your fear grows, so you're not going to want to take a step, but that's self-sabotaging too, because you took something, kept it internally, and let it destroy you from the inside. And then you didn't take a step forward. When if you took the time, blocked out where all the voices are trying to tell you from this world, and you say, you know what, I have to do this because I can't deal with this anymore. So you don't live in that negative state anymore. You take a step out of that into a positive state, and that's where the positive mind comes into play, and that's where your life starts to become more positive, and that's where healing comes, and that's where the world starts to move your way.
Right.
Your life moves your way.
So it is your absolute birthright. It's everybody's birthright to be happy.
Yeah.
And once you put that out there, that I can't do this anymore, I need to feel better.
Yeah.
Once you put it out in the universe that I need to be healed, it'll absolutely happen.
Yeah.
You've already it's setting intention.
Yeah.
And that is what the book is about. It's setting intention. And for some, it does take longer than others because they may have setbacks, or they may do the journaling but not do the other stuff.
Exactly.
They may just do some of the other stuff and refuse to journal. It doesn't mean that it's not going to happen, and we spoke about this a few weeks ago too.
Yeah.
It's just going to take a lot longer.
Exactly. And it's ringing in my head as you say those words, because if you have to replay the video, I want you to, because what Andrea just said is really important, because it's ringing in my head, we need to get out of our own way. If you put it out there in the universe, in the world, you're praying to God, you're meditating, you want this healing to come, but you're unwilling to go internally, you're unwilling to just journal. Take 5 minutes to journal and just like take a second, not to like, you don't even have to dive into this stuff, just think, like write it down, it's like, all right, that happened. You have to go in, you don't have to go deep with it, just like that happened, that's a start. When you can get out of your own way, instead of stopping yourself from doing that, like you said, that's where things start to happen in your life. Because you're no longer blocking it on your own terms, you're just letting life happen.
Yes.
And when you can let life happen, one, just saying that, you just get peace. It's just peace that comes to you.
The natural flow.
Yeah, exactly. But that's such a pivotal point. We need to get out of our own way. And the thing is, we're the only ones that can control that.
Yeah.
Because it's our own way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's powerful.
Yeah.
Powerful. But no, Andrea, I think your book is powerful.
Thank you.
I think it helps people, and like we said, it's only 6 pages. This isn't a book that you have to.
It's chock full of information.
Oh my goodness! It is. But that's the coolest thing, because you see all these incredible, life coaches. You see these incredible people that have impacted the world in such a way, and they have these just like stacks of books that are this big. I can remember where I started like immersing myself in all this information. I sat there, I was like, all right, you gotta read that. And I sit there and I take like the book we've been going over in the past few videos. That's a thick book.
Supernatural, which we love. We're definitely not knocking it. I still read that piece of it every night.
It's incredible.
But it's deep. It's really deep.
It's deep.
Yeah.
What I come to find is that these incredible people that have impacted the world, they understand it's so much information, so they make another book that's even shorter, more impactful in just a short amount of time.
Compact, yeah.
I Was Trained by Tony Robbins. He did it with his most impactful book.
Yes.
The coolest thing right now about getting mindful through trauma is that Andrea did that. She took all this information that she learned and she has inside of her to help people and heal people and just show them a better way, and she put it into 6 pages. It's impactful. There's a lot in there. But if you can take the time to read 6 pages, I'm not telling you to read 30 chapters, I'm not telling you to read 400, I'm not telling you to read a Harry Potter, 700 pages. I'm telling you to read 6 pages. You can read that in a day and just changes your life in that moment. It's worth it.
Yeah, thank you.
I believe it.
And I love it that it's on the Kindle, because then you can flip back and say, not sure I understand that, and then just go back again, and it's like a tool.
Yeah.
Like especially the Reiki session where it's quite a few different points, and I talk about if these energy centers or chakras are blocked, I talk about the cons too of what can happen to your body, and it's really interesting.
Yeah.
That you're gonna, these light bulbs are gonna go off, and you're gonna say, oh, that happens to me.
Wow.
That was the part that fascinated me. The bad stuff of like, oh, that's why I'm blocked here or there, or at this point in my life. So. Yeah. Anyways,
No, and like. In closing, I thank you for being on the show and just explaining this Getting Mindful Through Trauma book. Guys, Getting Mindful Through Trauma. It's on Amazon. It's on the Kindle, so you can just read it right there. I think you can get it's eventually I'm pretty sure you can download an app on the phone for Kindle.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Absolutely, that's what I did.
You can read it on your lunch break.
Yeah.
Guys, go check it out.
Thank you.
Andrea just gave us an entire description how impactful it could be to your life in a moment. Take a chance. Andrea, I thank you for being on the show.
Thanks, Billy. Thanks so much.
Guys, go check out the book. Thank you.
I've been around and doing it, but now it's my time to shine and start proving it. I'm losing it, I'm moving it. The city is where I'm made.